So I don't know if you noticed the car, but it is totally wrapped. Nice and purple. Instead of being silver.
Yeah, I did notice that, but I was like, I forget. You change it every 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's why we won't talk about how we're going to do it. We'll just talk about us doing it. That'll be fine right there. Mr. Fab guy.
You know what you're doing, John. You're putting a V-band on it right now.
I am?
Yeah. And then it's going to the transition. And it's going to go down there. You know what you're talking about.
Okay. All right, I got you.
Okay, this looks like it goes here.
This maybe is going to go in this area, right? We might put this in this area. We don't know. Yeah, I'm ready for this thing to be done. So this is my 98 Kooky. I've had it for like 10 years now. We've been building it for 5 of those 10 years, and it's just kind of set in the corner, but I think this year we'll be able to get it out and actually start trying to put it together. Over the past 5 years of it just sitting there, I've built the engine with very nice parts, acquired a CD09, got the plazmaman intercooler, got a Haltech and a few other goodies, and pretty much got it to where it's at, but still a lot to be done. Right now we're going to be doing the fab work. My fab guy Joe Cheney's going to be doing the fab work. We're trying to get all the pieces we need to go ahead and get this buttoned up. Once it's buttoned up, we're going to plummet all the lines and everything, fuel lines and everything. I already have most of that, have to go on it. And then once we get it all the way ready to pretty much run, we're going to take it back out and we're going to send it to the paint shop, and I'm going to have the engine bay painted. And then we're going to put it back in there with white gloves on. That way it looks really nice and everything's clean and tucked. And
no greasy, dirty hands.
Exactly, none of that stuff. So we're going to have all the goodies on it. You know, drive-by-wire, which is going to give us cruise control with the Haltech, electronic wastegate, exhaust pressure sensor, EGTs per cylinder, you know, obviously flex fuel, pretty much whatever you want, we're going to have it. We're going to have methanol injection. We're going to have 3 air intake temp sensors, so that way it can come on whenever it sees whichever one of those get too high. The Haltech's going to control everything. CAN keypad, 10-inch dash from Haltech. Pretty much the whole 9 when it comes to that. We got a CD009, like I said. I've still got to get the conversion parts from MazWorks to make that work. And hopefully all that bolts up well. It looks kind of scary cutting the bell housing off, but that's why we got the fab guy, you know, Joe Cheney. So I'm just going to make him do it, and I'm not going to have to worry about it. So he's going to handle all that for me, and then I'm going to handle the wiring and stuff. And yeah, we're mainly going to build it for just, you know, barbers. We've got Barber Motorsports track right up here, about an hour away. So we're going to build it for something like that, like a track car, time attack car that you drive on the street. So not very serious on the racing aspect of it, but want to be able to take it there and, you know.
You plan on doing anything for like the
not having
the
any
road
issues.
course? What is it?
The autocross right there?
Autocross.
Yeah, grip autocross. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. We're going to put it on grip for sure. There's no telling what we'll do with it. I'm sure it'll be on the drag strip a few times, but main goal is something like Barbers and just go up there and try to beat our times every time, you know, because that's where the tuning and the fun comes in to me, if we can keep it cool and all that stuff, you know. So that's going to be what we use it for, and obviously we're going to enter shows and go to car meets and just all that fun jazz. But to be honest, it's probably going to wind up just being a straight dyno mule. You know, if it makes it off the dyno, we'll do that other stuff.
But for now, it's just collecting dust, pollen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been like that for a while now. It's been sitting in there for a while like that. But I think we can, if we can get some time, we're going to try to get this thing going. My fab guys stitch welded the front clip, and you know, we've got those fender braces I plan on getting some more bracing for underneath the Ultra Racing fender braces. I'm going to get more Ultra Racing stuff for underneath the subframe braces and all that stuff. So I want it to look the same way it did, you know, look extremely stock, but just have all that underneath, you know. So should be cool. I'm really looking forward to it. It's been broke for too long, you know. Broke for too long.
Yeah, it's too long. It's just a shame.
Yes, it is. I don't know what coil system, ignition system I'm gonna go with yet. Maybe Audi coils. It's kind of what I'm leaning towards, but it could be anything. I don't really want to go with LS coils. I just want to keep my coil pack cover. I want the engine bay to sit really nice and simple. So I don't want to have coils over here with wires, and I just want it very simple, clean, and straight to the point. And that's how we're gonna do it. I'll have an oil cooler somewhere up here, depending on how this works out. We'll probably have an oil cooler mounted right here, which will be right in the ductwork of that bumper. And then we're gonna try to get the big ass air intake down to this duct, but I don't know if that's gonna happen just because I don't want to cut the whole section of that out. That's probably going to be needed to do that, but we're going to see about that, or rig us something up to where when we take it to a track day, we can take the headlight out and funnel the air to it, you know, stuff like that.
Let it breathe.
Yeah, exactly, stuff like that. It's going to have a clutch delay valve for when we go drag racing. Haltech will control that too. I'd like to have all the sensors.
What's that supposed to?
Cam angle sensor. Oh. I don't know about that. I bought it because I know I didn't want a factory one, and that's a good one. I've read good reviews on it, but I think we need a more serious one than that. I think we need to get I'm thinking about getting the MazWorks set up for the crank and then having the cam up here separating them, you know? Mm-hmm. Because that's what you need to do, and that's probably what I'll probably wind up selling that shit and being an idiot. Everything. Yes, of course. So yeah, but I don't want to go back and say, oh, I should have done this, or oh, I should have done that. I want it to blow up first. And I want to have fun until that happens, you know, and I will. That's enough turbo to absolutely destroy this thing. So that one might come off soon. We get something a little more streetable, and if you ever see that one go back on, just know its days are numbers. Its days are numbered.
Not if, but when.
Yeah, because I'd like to do a 2J in it, but on the flip side, I've got a VVL head sitting over there, and I know those are getting really expensive, so I'd like to make a stupid, dumb MazWorks sleeved VVL one, you know, just have MazWorks build it, but it's either that or a 2J after we kill this one, I don't know.
And the head's for the RB? Or the KA?
The head?
Yeah.
Is for this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. VVL head is it's a front wheel drive SR head that basically has VTEC Nissan's
I said everything
version.
but the right engine.
Basically, it's Nissan's version of VTEC. They call it VVL, variable valve lift, and it's a hoss. It's a hoss of a cylinder head. And it's the only way to compete with them Hondas, you know. I mean, the K series, the B series, those cylinder heads from the factory just flow so much that it's hard to keep up with unless you've got something like it. So, like that cylinder head would never. I don't think it's not going to want to do no 700. And cylinder head's just not going to want to do it. But.
And that's a factory head too?
Yeah, I mean it's built out the ass, but it's got standard size valves. So that's where it's really lacking. Mm-hmm. Everything else, it's golden. You know, I've match ported it and done a little hand porting to it, but the standard size valves in it is really going to kill it. Like, it would honestly be, you know, I think if we get 600 out of it to the tire, I'll be happy. I don't think it's going to want to do too much more than that. But I could be wrong. We'll see. I've never done this, so we'll just have to see. I think that's where it's going to want to peter out. It's just going to start making so much heat right there that it's not going to make no more power. So, we'll see. We'll see. That's all we can do. That's what these tests are for.
Yeah. See how much power that head makes, and then put new valves in it, and
Yeah, put bigger valve, or just do the VVL. I was thinking, honestly, we'd just play with this and start building another one with sleeves, Mazworks, all that stuff, send them the VVL head and build like a real gangster one. But, I don't know. I also would rather almost skip that step and just buy a 2J.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
If I win this one from Heath,
Yeah.
it's going in my truck.
That'd be the way to do
So,
it. That'd be the way to do it. That'd be nice.
and you can.
I'd be like, for sale. For sale.
If I win it, I'll sell you the chassis mounts for cheap because it comes with the S series or S chassis mounts. So
Yeah.
there you go. Here's your you can start. There's your start for the motor.
Nice. Scrap what you've been doing. See, that's what makes it hard. And then when I was doing this, I was like, man, I got to find a stopping point, you know? I've got to find a stopping point because I get crazy with this shit. I just want the best of the best, and it'll just sit until I get it. That's why it's been sitting forever, because I'm broke. But the, you know, and my stopping point this time was the VVL head and the sleeves. That was just where I stopped. It would have been another $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 on top of what I've already done to have that too, you know, something like that, to do it the way I want, like to actually make the power I'm talking about. So I was like, let's just stop here. This thing will never run again. Yeah.
So we'll just go ahead and get it running as it sits.
Exactly.
And then build the head over time, and then when it's ready,
Yes.
slap it in there.
Yes. Build
me,
another
I'm-
block too with sleeves.
I'm the same way. Like I want to build that 6.0 before I put it back in the car, but at the same time, I'm ready for it to be done. And
Exactly.
Just,
Yeah, because all this other shit will work. All the sensors, the injectors. I don't know if the injectors will work for that much power. Probably not. I'll probably be going to a dual row injector if that ever happened. 'Cause it's got 1700s in it right now. Injector dynamics.
Nice and purple.
Yeah. So,
Hey,
I
you'll
don't know.
figure it out.
We'll see.
What's your like most famous thing to say? You done ran out of injector. So
Yeah, that happens a lot. But AN lines for everything.
you got case port coils on this thing.
I do, and they've sat for so long they probably need to be rebuilt. So I'll either rebuild those, or I'm thinking about going with BCs, to be honest, or
Yeah.
something just a little different. But those have been great. The car ride's really smooth with those. So
You can always get some of the the Fortune Autos with the air cups.
Yes.
So it's like the hybrid.
Yes. That would be cool. If I did, it'd probably be something like that, something really nice. The car just deserves it. I know you probably don't see it right now, but when it's all together, it's a really nice car.
I mean, that's what a project's for, though. I mean,
That's right.
you obviously have other things.
Yes, yeah, that's the problem. I
take
don't have any
precedence,
time, but yeah, if you want to show them inside, you can. It's all apart, but you can see, you know, see all that stuff that's growing on it. It was a crackless dash. I think it still is. S15 seats, front and rear. You know, full, nice, clean interior.
It's very rare these days.
Yes, super nice car. OEM shades, got the OEM kooky wing, whole JDM kit, all OEM. The only thing that's knockoff are these. And I know that one's busted. I've got another knockoff one that I'm gonna replace it with. But every time I run across those, I just don't have the money to buy them, and they want like $1,000 for them. And they're
Just for that
usually,
like rear valence piece?
yes,
Wow.
for the real OEM ones, and I just haven't ran across them when I actually had the money to spend on it, unfortunately. But that's the only thing that's not OEM.
There's nothing a little fiberglass can't fix.
Yeah, like I say, I've already got some, and then I got the lip for the front bumper, the OEM lip, JDM bumpers. So, really nice car. Deserves to be cleaned up and put back out on the streets, and we're gonna try to do it this year. And just play around with it, learn some stuff with it, you know, learn some tuning stuff and play with it. Maybe make some videos on what fuels better, or, you know, a few instructional videos and stuff like that. A few tech tip videos, and try to learn a few things while we're at it.
So dyno mule / experiment.
Yep, for sure. Maybe track day experiments too. I got a wheel speed sensor for the turbo. I mean, we've got all the sensors.
A what?
Wheel speed sensor for the turbo.
So it's gonna
Tell me the wheel speed of the turbo.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like, you know, an axle sensor to check your rotation of the wheels.
Right. No.
I mean, it made sense, but
Yeah, I don't exactly know what I'll use it for, but I'll have it. So it'll be cool. You can tell if you're within your efficiency range of the turbo and all that stuff, which I don't think we'll have a problem with that. I'm pretty sure that turbo is way too big for what I'm trying to do. 6466 turbosmart, stock sleeve SR20. Everything else is built out the ass, but stock sleeves. So
yeah, you can always get a smaller turbo to feed the bigger one.
well,
so.
that's another thing we're definitely going to do. We're going to get smaller turbo, bigger turbo. We're going to try turbos and tune them all out and look at the curves and compare. So, and we're going to try cheap ones too. I've got a friend wanting me to try a cheap one. You know, he's one of those guys who swears they're the same, and they're definitely not. So we'll do that. That'll be a fun one.
Sounds like a new series, this or that.
Yeah, this Breaking My Car series. That'll be, yeah. But I mean, that's the cool part. Like I said, we'll have all the data. We can see everything. We can see temps. We can see, you know, we can try intercoolers. I mean, whatever the YouTubers want, we will do. So let us know what our first test should be. I've got some nitro over there, some nitro meth.
Oh, wrong way.
It's over there with all the fuel. But you can get a picture of it later and slash that in. But yeah, I mean, whatever. I'm down. I want to put the nitro in it and see what it does, all kinds of shit. We have limits, you know. We don't need to go over, they say 700, but I think that'd be real sketchy. I think 600 it would actually live.
I don't know, motor's pretty shiny and new.
Yeah.
It looks like it could hold up to something.
Shit.
Are you running is it gonna be a Rebel?
No, I've got the Haltech Nexus R5. So it's got all the goodies. It should be able to run all that stuff without anything else. I'm not gonna run the headlights or anything. I'm just gonna keep the chassis harness because the car is really nice. But AC, heat, cruise control, I want all that. Yeah, Wiring Specialties makes a whole chassis harness now with PDMs and stuff. It's really nice.
See, every time you say Wiring Specialties, all I see are dollar signs.
It's expensive, but that's the only way to do it, in my opinion, man. The Rebels come with all kinds of stuff, man. Extra stuff, stuff you may need, stuff you may not. They are a killer deal. The fact that those are so cheap is unreal to me. I still can't believe that. But we do have our nitrous setup going. Excuse the mess, we're rearranging. We got nitrous fill station, operational. Come by, fill up your giggle gas, and let's spray some shit.
Oh yeah.
So, spray it, don't say it. Spray it, don't say it. Yeah, so let us know on that. We'll get you filled up and back on the track ASAP.
Also, you guys offer what, 1 ethanol R?
Yep. 1 ethanol R, and right now we got a drum of 1 ethanol S too. So if you need any one of those, we got HPL, oil, whatever y'all need when it comes to the good stuff.
Yeah, now that you told Matt about it, he's like, nah, that's all I'm ever going to run again.
Yeah, that's,
So.
yeah. He didn't even run the pump ethanol. He said there ain't no point, he just runs that. If it's not on that, then it's on pump gas. Makes sense to me.
Yep.
Makes sense to me. So, but yeah, I think that's about all.